Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle a big one of the most talked about and, let's be honest, controversial books out there, The 48 Laws of Power. So let's just dive right in and see what all the fuss is about. This right here is the question at the very heart of Robert Greene's book. See, it doesn't really ask if power is a good thing or a bad thing. Instead, it just says, look, power is a timeless, amoral game, and it's here to teach you the rules. And yeah, there are a lot of rules, 48 to be exact, all drawn from thousands of years of history. The core idea is pretty simple. Whether you actually want to play this game or you just want to defend yourself from the people who do, you have got to understand how it's played first. So for Greene, power isn't really about your job title or having authority. It's way more subtle than that. It's about really understanding human psychology and using that knowledge to get things done. It's definitely an unsettling way to look at the world, but it's also pretty fascinating. All right, first up, and maybe the most important theme in the whole book, is this idea that perception is reality. How other people see you, well, that's the foundation of all your power. Think about it. Your reputation walks into the room before you do. It's this invisible force that can win battles for you without you even saying a word. Greene sets a strong reputation can intimidate people and open doors, and that's exactly why you have to protect it, like it's the most valuable thing you own. Now, what's really interesting here is how the book frames reputation. It's not just a shield, it's also a weapon. It's not enough to just build up your own good name. The law says you have to be ready to go on the offense and tear down the reputations of your rivals. But hey, a great reputation doesn't do you any good if nobody knows who you are, right? This brings us to another law, which basically argues that being ignored is a kind of death. Seriously, it's better to be attacked or slandered than to just get lost in the crowd. So the bottom line here is that you have to be the master of your own image. You got to be the director of your own movie. Whether you do it with a bit of controversy, a little mystery, or just pure talent, you need to control how you're seen and make sure you are never, ever overlooked. Okay, so you've managed your image and you've got everyone's attention. What's next? Well, that brings us to our second big theme, the rules of engagement, how you strategically deal with all the people around you. All right, this next one, this is one of the laws that really gets people talking. Greene gives this stark warning that friendships are often clouded by emotions, especially envy, and that can easily lead to betrayal when power gets involved. And you can kind of see the provocative logic here, can't you? A former enemy that you bring to your side has everything to prove. Greene's point is that they're often more reliable because their loyalty is based on merit and respect, not on the messy, envious emotions that can bubble up between friends. This law is all about persuasion, and Greene's take is that any victory you win in an argument is, well, pretty much worthless. It's temporary and it just makes people resent you. They might nod and agree to your face, but you haven't actually changed their mind. The point is so simple but so powerful. Showing people your ideas work is infinitely better than just telling them. Your success becomes this undeniable fact that they can see and feel for themselves. And that makes arguing totally unnecessary. And all of this builds up to our final overarching theme. Real, lasting power isn't about brute force. It's about having a superior strategy. It's about being adaptable and unpredictable. This quote from Greene himself just nails it. Power is always shifting, always flowing, and if you want to hold on to it, you have to be able to flow right along with it. You know, we humans, we're creatures of habit. We love predictable patterns in other people because it makes us feel like we're in control. Well, by being deliberately unpredictable, you take that feeling of control away from them. They can't guess your next move, which keeps them constantly off balance and on the defensive. And that leads us to the grand finale, the final law, which is really the culmination of everything else. To be formless means to be like water. You can't be grabbed, you can't be easily attacked, and you can fit into any situation. You're not stuck with just one plan or one identity. So the ultimate power move here is that having rigid plans and a fixed identity just makes you a target. It makes you predictable. True power comes from being able to change, to adapt, and to flow around any obstacle without ever giving your enemies a clear shot. So after walking through all these laws, these kind of dark strategic rules, we're left with one really big question. What are we supposed to do with all this knowledge? You can really read this book in a few different ways, can't you? Is it a cynical how-to guide for ambitious people? Is it more of a defensive manual to help you spot and protect yourself from manipulators? Or is it just holding up a mirror, showing us the world as it really is, whether we like it or not? Honestly, the answer to that really depends on you. The book doesn't give you any moral answers. It just lays out the cold, hard mechanics of power and then leaves it up to you to decide how to use that information or how to defend against it in your own life. Ultimately, the 48 Laws of Power is telling us that power is a game that's being played all around us all the time. So whether you choose to play offense or you just want to learn the rules so you can play defense, understanding the game is always the first and most important step.